Lamp is here. Lamp is here. Hem. Welcome to the cafe. I am your host, Dr. Lampwick. It's good to see everybody. Hello, Renai. You know I'm not a serious streamer because I left everybody on the starting soon screen just so I could make a coffee. In name only, unfortunately. I have a doctorate in the cryptozoological arts. At least I didn't stop the stream for like 20 minutes to make a coffee this time. Though I am going to have to leave again in like 15 minutes to go and deal with something that I'm boiling. I'm making rice porridge for my breakfasts for the next few days. I ran out this morning. This is an interesting track. Whatever. Yes, my full title is Dr. James Bartholomew Lampwick. Well, I actually have a coffee today, so I'm gonna coffee model. I'm really sorry I missed your stream yesterday, Renai. I meant to be there, and then I forgot that we were having people over, and I wasn't feeling all that well either, so it all just kind of compounded. I had to get some cleaning done, you know, for guests, and I ended up canceling my own stream just because I wasn't feeling up to it by the time I got to 3 o'clock. But it is what it is. What are you up to today, brother? Most excellent. I have not been very productive. Writing a thing. Excellent. I have been doing a little bit of that lately. But I've not been very productive lately. I've been kind of lazy. End up getting things done at the last minute and such. And I can't really blame it on not feeling well either. It's just I've just been lazy. To be honest. But yeah, since I didn't stream yesterday, I decided I'm not really doing much today. So I was going to stream today to make up for it. And I wanted to play more Minecraft because that was fun, so. Minecraft! Yes, indeed. I'm still on the hunt for stream safe music that fits my vibe a bit better. But my last two streams both got copyright, like I don't even know what you'd call them, because they weren't warnings and they weren't strikes. It was just like, oh, this is like copyright to this guy, but they're not going to do anything about it, so your video is fine. But it still shows, so I don't know. Welcome to the Cafe Decaf. It's good to see you. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah, but like I said, there's no, like, I've checked in on it. There's no, like, impact to the viewership or anything. It's just like, oh, you know, it's like it says copyright what does it say? Yeah. Copyrighted protected content found. The owner allows the content to be used on YouTube. So now I haven't checked the VODs on Twitch. I wonder if those have been like, I feel like I would have gotten some notification about like an email or something if the VODs weren't available for some reason. Maybe they just like muted parts of them. I don't know, dude. Yeah, they might have just muted those parts, I guess. Like, no, I don't want to watch my current stream, stupid. Yeah, they probably just muted parts of them. But then again, I don't know. I probably should do the thing where the audio, the like music audio or whatever doesn't go to the VOD. But I haven't done that yet because I used to use my own music that I made, so it didn't matter. My freaking cord got tangled up again. Heck, how does this always happen? Indiana, on vacation, visiting family. What you doing? You guys hear that? It's very stormy outside. I'm hoping that my power will not randomly go out, because that has happened before in the middle of a stream. Legitimately. Visiting family? Nice. Ooh, that's really cool, dude. Yeah. Well, I wish I had someone to work on some music for my stream, but I can't. I cannot pay anyone to do it right now. And I don't know anyone who does like that kind of work who would do it for me as a favor. I know a lot of creative people, but not quite that kind of creative. I don't know is the problem. Like, I could probably narrow it down if I really thought about it, but it kind of depends on the limitations of whoever I'm working with, you know? I want to know why that is the way it is. Some of my point redeems are obviously a little funky. Why is that 1,000? I don't know why that's 1,000. Some of them are 1,000 because it's like it takes over the whole stream, but I don't know. I don't know why that one's 1,000. He's a little crazy. If you know, do you know, whoop, ignore that. Ignore that. I forgot about my hotkeys. If you know the like Majula music from Dark Souls 2, that's kind of more the vibe I want. Like any like Souls like like hub area music, that's the kind of vibe I want. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the kind of vibe I want. Okay, I'm gonna make this one 1,000. Bro, that'd be, oop, ignore that. I forgot about my hotkeys again. I'm not a streamer. I'm not a serious streamer. Literally, absolutely biffing it. That'd be awesome, dude, honestly. I don't want to take up a bunch of your time though, because you are a working family man, you know. I also do, and I've been experiencing quite a lot of it lately, being so sick and stuff like that. You know what? We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah. That's fine. We're going to make it that. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why some of the channel point redeems for the Tangia stuff. I don't know why some of it was so high, but I readjusted it. I made some of the TTS more expensive, and then just shuffled some stuff around. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it applies to this stream. It may apply retroactively. I'm not sure. I don't know. That makes sense, my dude. That really does make sense. I've been in a similar position, though it's more just me rotting at home because I've been so sick. That now that I'm starting to get well enough to do things again, I really got to sink more time into like my hobbies while I'm looking for a job, so that I don't just rot and become like a layabout, you know? So different situation than you. Obviously, you're doing everything you need to be doing, but you just need kind of a break from it. I'm trying to stay out of active sin, personally. Idle hands are the devil's tools and all that. But yeah, dude, if you'd work on that for me, I would be so grateful. Honestly, if I could get my hands on some money, I would pay you for it. I legitimately would. And I could, you know, maybe a little bit down the road when I get a job, you can give me an IOU or something like that. I will compensate you if you so desire. I want people to be compensated for their work, you know? I get that. I do get that, Decaf. I really do. And I'll be in prayer for you, brother. But hey, if you want to work on this for me, I hope that is an outlet for you to get out of that rut, you know? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, you know. If you're not familiar with the vibe I'm going for, like I said, just look up any like hub area music from any of the Dark Souls games, but mainly Dark Souls 2, the Majula. That's Majula, Majula, and that's the vibe I want. This kind of like reflective, almost like bittersweet, almost sad, but also hopeful. If any of that makes sense, but that's what I'm going for. I would like to not get copyright claims, even if they don't affect my actual like streams. Like even if I don't get like warnings or strikes on them, I would like to be even out of the zone. Yeah, let that creativity get you out of your rut, because I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm back to kind of working on one of my writing projects. It's not the project I should be working on, but it's a writing project, and that's good enough for me right now. I'm gonna be right back. I was making some rice porridge. I should have started it like 3 hours ago, and I didn't, because I was working on something else. I'm just going to serve it out into some dishes and get it in the fridge, and then I'll be right back. It'll take me probably about 10 minutes. BRB. I got some new stuff on my favorites. The jingle keys from Like a little bit of like millennial. What's happening? What happened? Wait, what was happening? Hold on. What was happening? Oh, did the video have volume? Oh my gosh, it did, didn't it? Okay, hold on for a second. I'm pausing the music. I'm muting this. Give me a sec. I did not realize that I thought it was a GIF. Is that what happened? Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. My bad. I did not realize that it had volume. Okay. I muted it. Is it muted? That's my bad, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I thought I had downloaded a GIF of it. Apparently, it was an MP4. I muted it. Hopefully, that's enough. And hopefully, it won't unmute randomly. It should save that I muted it. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Just for you guys. You guys were the test branch, so to speak. It's Chinese water torture, but it's just a loop of the toothless dance, whatever. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize. Okay. It's okay, you're safe now. I've dealt with the demon that I inadvertently put in the be back soon screen. I didn't realize it was haunted. Yep, sorry about that. I did not understand that was an MP4 that I downloaded a while ago. I thought it was GIF that I downloaded literally today. Because I had the idea to do that literally today. Eventually I'll go in there and change it to the GIF file if I can. I'm not even sure if I'm sure I can put a GIF file into OBS, I'm sure, but yeah. I'd like to find one that actually is more dynamic, because that's just like a looping MP4. I'd like to find one that's actually a dynamic and eventually, you know, get so that I can have people basically like do a little poll or prediction on Twitch for like you know, whether or not it'll hit the corner while I'm gone, you know? I think that'd be funny. If I could make that happen, that'd be funny. Peanut butter. What did I say? What did I say? Sometimes I scare myself because I don't. If I forget what I said a second ago, then it could have been anything. Ah, yes, now I understand the joke. Sorry, Renai. Intelligence out the window for a second. Out the window. Gone. Reduced to atoms. I'm almost done with my coffee, but I'm probably going to hang out for a while. The MP5, yeah. It's a decent gun. Decent enough, I suppose. I gotta be honest, I don't know too much about the MP5. What ammunition does it usually use? You know, I know I just left to go and deal with my rice porridge, but I came back and took a couple sips of my coffee, and I might have to go again to use the restroom. I suck at this. Anyway, I'm going to go and do that just to get it out of the way. You guys should not be tortured this time with the Toothless Dance on loop. Let me check before I go. Is it playing? No sound. Good. Okay. Wait. It is playing? Dang it. Huh. Okay. There is no sonic torture. Okay, that's all I want. That's all I want. Good, good, good. Okay. I'll be right back then. Okay, I'm back. Wonder how I'd do something like a dynamic DVD thing that actually could like hit the corners, you know? Wonder how I would do that. I assume there'd have to be some coding involved. Yeah. Yeah. Python is not one I've looked into yet. I don't know if my friend it probably is. That'd probably be a pretty simple thing. But I don't know if my friend knows any Python. He's a software engineer. But he might not know that one in particular. I think he's more C+. And I know he knows like JavaScript. But it's funny, you know. At first I wanted to I should mention it to him. He might help me. Yeah, I also tried to learn some coding at one point. I was trying to learn JavaScript actually from my friend, and I did not get very far. It's not that I don't think I could. It's just that I think there are probably better uses of my time at this moment on things that I actually can do with a little bit more mastery. But it's not a skill that I'm against learning at some point. It does not come naturally to me, though. I will say that. I am very like linguistically oriented, and code does not make much sense to me. Even super simple stuff like CSS and HTML5 back when I briefly learned that in college. Not a lot of it stuck, unfortunately. I don't know. I'll do some research on it, and I'll ask my friend if he would know. Man, I don't know if this is necessarily a rant or not, but I've been seeing a ton more, I should say, on ads on YouTube for like waifu games. Like, I don't know if they're gacha games or not, because I don't look into them. I don't care. I have no desire to even really learn what they really are, to be honest. But they're waifu games, you know, where the whole point is you've got these cute anime characters who you know you want to unlock or be able to play as or whatever. And I've just been getting so many of those ads, and I just can't help but think to myself that like these waifu games and gacha games, and we talked about gacha games last time. Actually, I remember we were talking about ethical, the question of whether there can be such a thing as ethical gambling, or you know, just in general. But these waifu games, I cannot help but think that they are in some way malicious, and I'll explain. You know, well, yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this, Decaf, is, you know, I'm not necessarily saying something like, I don't know, Uma Musume, which I know a little bit more about than other like gacha games, but things like, well, that's another problem, Renai, isn't it? Things like, you know, Genshin Impact, and yes, generic, I did. Welcome to the cafe. You know, things like Genshin Impact and like Zenless Zone Zero and these other ones. What's Wuthering Waves? where, you know, you have these attractive characters, and I have nothing against attractive characters in a video games. In a video games, I sound like a friggin' boomer. Anyway, I have no problem with that necessarily, but when that seems to be like the point of the game, or a driving force behind how they're attracting people to the game, I do tend to have a problem with that. Does that make sense? And yes, I am having a decent Friday. Thank you so much, Jen, for asking. I hope your Friday is also going well, my man. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it, you know? It feels off. If not just straight wrong, it feels off. You're speaking a different language now. Oh, okay. I deciphered it. I deciphered it. I got you. I had to look at it a little more closely, but I deciphered it. But yes, you were entirely correct, Renee. That's what it really comes down to. And unfortunately, when that's your main selling point, you're going to attract people that you really don't want to be your fan base. But I guess they do want it to be their fan base because that's who they're, you know, they're focused on. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a minute to decipher that one. Let's see, God gave us coding, and then of course a bunch of degenerates. Yeah, true enough. But you can say that about anything, Decaf. You can say that about anything. I mean, look at literature and like book writing right now as a medium of creation. I mean, the whole romantasy genre. I mean, it's the same thing, you know. Okay, I got part, just by context, I got part of what you're saying, Renai. I'm having trouble deciphering the other word, but oh, wait. I got a part of it. I get what you're saying through context, but I only deciphered like 3 words, I think. Yikes. You know what? It was so simple. I was making it more complicated than it needed to be, and thus I made myself dumb by thinking I was smart. Man, there are so many there's so many areas of life right now where what I just said could be applied. I have made myself dumb by thinking I was smart. Twitter. We'll just use that. We'll pluck the low-hanging fruit, because I am not Tantalus and can reach it. You know what? Yeah, the Bible said it better than I did, and a lot sooner. Or a lot longer ago. True and real. Let's see. Well, that's the thing, Decaf. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about the fact that they're going to have to explain that to their progeny someday, or they're not thinking that they want progeny at all. Thinking ahead to the next generation is not something that is either encouraged nor taught anymore. And that's one of the reasons that we have such a self-centered, hedonistical culture. Because if you're not thinking, how am I going to make the world a better place for my children, my grandchildren? How am I going to prepare, my own story to be told to my children, my grandchildren, and make sure that they don't say my name with shame in their mouths? People aren't thinking about that. It's just, what do I want now? What do I want now? And in a way, people like that might even be, and I say might, I'm not saying everyone is in this, but they might be in the camp of people who think that children should be able to read things like that because it educates them, quote unquote. There are certain people that think like that. They're disgusting people, but they exist. I won't say they're even in the majority, but they exist. I'm going to sip my coffee. My wife says she can always tell when I'm about to go on a rant because my pitch and my tempo of speech both like skyrocket. It's like I'm a waveform peaking. She can always tell, and she has like several different, based on where she's sitting or standing in relation to me in a room, she has like different ways of telling me to like tone it down. There are signs. The Bible also says, love thy enemies. However, Jesus also said something about, millstones and causing one of the little ones to go astray. So there's that. And I'm not saying that's our job to tie the millstones, but, a little smack with a book is just going to leave a lump, and maybe they'll think about their actions. Taking the term Bible thumper to the nth degree. I changed the coffee beans that I was using because I was using like a medium dark roast. And I changed to a full-on dark roast, and I'm gonna need to dial in my coffee again. It's a little bitter, and the shot was pulled really, really slowly, very sluggish. I'm gonna have to tone down the grind. Bible beating. Yeah, there is an aspect to which you as the husband and father are responsible for protecting your family from that kind of thing. Part of protecting them is just teaching your children, especially, to teaching them the truth so that they can recognize the falsehoods, the lies, the degeneracy, and want to stay away from it because you taught them that good and true things can give them all they need, even in terms of entertainment. Which is why more Christians need to make things that are worth watching, things that are worth reading, and not this cringy, not just this cringy, hyper Christian stuff I know that sounds bad coming from my mouth because, you know, I'm a professing Christian, but you guys probably get what I'm talking about being the age you are. I wasn't talking about Bible Man. I wasn't talking about Bible Man and the older VeggieTales. I stress the older VeggieTales. No, I have a weird special place in my heart for Bible Man, but it does fall under that category, unfortunately. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. No, but it's so frustrating that for some reason that Christians as a whole, it seems almost, at least in like Protestant circles. I don't know how it is amongst Orthodox and Catholics, but it seems like Protestantism as a whole has basically given up entertainment and the creative sphere for lost, basically. And I don't know why. I have some ideas as to why, but that might get us into some conversations that might get a little difficult. Divisive, perhaps. Oh, I'm of the exact same opinion, and we will have to talk about that at some point. I gotta start writing down topics that we gotta talk about at some point, and I don't mind doing it on stream, but it is one of those things that really tends to get people riled up pretty quickly. So I understand that, you know. And honestly, my own views have been in a state of flux, changing as I take more command of my own faith. I take command of being stated in kind of a esoteric way. But as I make my faith more my own, so to speak, and study more of the Bible on my own, and things that I should have done years ago, really, but I praise God that I'm doing it now. A lot of that kind of thing has been changing as I look more closely at what I actually believe and ask myself why I believe it. Ren, I honestly, with that answer, I kind of wonder how closely aligned our opinions on this might be, because me and my wife discuss this a lot. It's a common topic in my household. I'm not gonna go to the break screen. I'm gonna be right back. I need to put my my rice porridge is probably cooled, and I need to put it in the fridge. And I'm gonna rinse out my coffee cup. It seems like we do. I'd be interested to see how much we align, you know? Yeah. It wouldn't shock me either. I'll be right back. Well, you see, Decaf, I already live streamed, so, you know. And that's the thing. You would think, you know, you really want to have more of like these discussion type things in a podcast setting where you can edit. However, I think having it live, one, it makes you really think more about what you're about to say, or at least it should. Because you're live and you can't just edit it out, you know? And then also if you say something stupid and you get, you know, you get rightly brought up to charges on it, so to speak, stupid or wrong, I should say, you can't just edit it out, you know? Once again, that's what should happen. But thinking about what you're about to say is a skill and piece of wisdom that is at a premium these days. And I talk about that knowing that I also have a problem with that, specifically. I'm preaching to the choir, and the choir is me. Yes. Yes. And being able to admit that you don't know everything is also at a premium. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, you have to just pretend that you know, you know. Yeah, it's so frustrating. We've lost the humility, the personal humility as a culture, largely due to social media, but there are personal factors and spiritual factors at play, of course. We've lost the cultural ability to have a discourse because the prevailing thought is that I have to be right, because if I'm not right, I somehow lose something. I somehow lose something. It's hard to be a reasonable person nowadays because it's easy to get caught up in the wave, you know? Well, here's the thing, Decaf. It's okay to say something unhinged if you understand that it's unhinged. And if you're saying it for comedic purposes, you know, I think to an extent that's fine. Obviously, you don't want to say something like super vulgar or anything like that, but, you know, that's just I'm a Christian. I shouldn't necessarily say those things anyway. But, yeah, I mean, there's a place for that. And yeah, sometimes it makes you really think about things from a different angle, and that's good. But once again, the art of being able to have your beliefs questioned and not lash out because of it is a lost art. I'm okay with having my beliefs questioned because it's not necessarily, you know, if it makes me doubt, then I have the opportunity to go and assuage my doubt. And every single time I've ever doubted, I've been able to go and assuage my doubt through scripture or through counsel, through prayer, you know, things like that. And it makes my faith stronger. It's okay to have your beliefs questioned and to not be able to answer. Like Renai said, you know, I hadn't thought about that topic, or I hadn't thought about it that way. Let me get back to you on this topic. Or, I had never thought of that. I'm going to go and research and find out, you know, I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. And yeah, sometimes, absolutely, Renee, sometimes you're just wrong about a thing. And it's okay to admit that. But no, once again, you can't ever be wrong about anything nowadays. You have, because somehow you lose something if you're wrong. And you have so many Christians on social media, and I've seen this in front of my eyes, you know. That's right, yeah. And that's the point I was about to make, honestly. You guys are reading my mind. Yeah, on social media, if someone has their beliefs questioned and they don't immediately clap back, they're somehow a bad Christian. Or someone questions your beliefs, you can just be silent. But no, if you don't clap back, even if it's not clapping back in a way that's actually, helpful, or actually defending your beliefs in a legitimate and helpful way, you're somehow a bad Christian. It's okay to just be silent. And that's another thing that's at a premium these days. Silence. It's okay to just not say anything. Now there are 100% and absolutely, there are issues and situations into which Christians, I think, must speak. But we cannot expect that anything but the gospel is truly going to change someone else's heart and their minds. We are not going to logic people into the kingdom. Sometimes all we can do is preach the gospel, pray, and leave it there. Because ultimately, the person who decides whether or not the individual we're talking to or debating with on social media or in person changes their mind, ultimately, on important issues, is God. Because he's the one who changes hearts. The Holy Spirit changes hearts through the gospel. Ultimately, it's not in our hands. We will never logic people into the kingdom. And I had to come to this conclusion through being a stupid moron, being one of these guys that I'm talking about. The ones who always had to clap back, who always had to say something, who always had to be right. I was that guy. And I'm not even talking about like back in my teens. I'm talking about like a few years ago. It was me. I was the guy. And I had to learn. I had to learn all of this. Did me swallowing my water register on the mic? Just saw it like go up a little bit when I swallowed my water. I even pushed the mic away from me. That's crazy. Yeah, and there are legitimately some hills to die on. There are. I'm not saying there are never hills to die on, but I mean, look at the example of the apostles in Acts. They had their beliefs questioned all the time. They were imprisoned or beaten or sometimes killed for their beliefs. But they didn't always have to, they didn't always have to die on the ideological hill, because they knew ultimately it was God who was going to make any change worth having. Yeah, same thing. The slow to speak Lampwick is absolutely same deal, Renai. Same deal. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Decaf. Yeah. And that brings us back around to the culture war, so to speak. That's the popular way of putting it. The culture war. Christians are losing the culture war. Well, the only thing that's going to win the culture war is the gospel. And Christians who actively live out the gospel in their day-to-day lives, live for Christ in their day-to-day lives, just doing whatever it is they do, as Christians who are going to win the culture war. You know? It's not this grand, this grand big thing. It's everyday people living their everyday lives, changed by the gospel, as Christians, doing whatever it is they do, whether they're a politician, they're a Christian politician. They're a writer, they're a Christian writer. They're a musician, they're a Christian musician. They're a plumber, they're a Christian plumber. That's what's going to change society, so to speak. That's what's going to win the culture war. Even if it never looks like it, if that makes sense. Because ultimately, as soon as, Christ returns, we've already won. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for the king to return. I had to breathe a little bit so I didn't give myself hiccups after that last big sip of coffee to finish off my mug. I'll probably get to the game in a bit, but I enjoy the discussion. Yeah, absolutely. I got a lot of dross right now and not a lot of gold, and I want that to change. I'm a very stupid and lazy man, and I want that to change, and I do pray that it will change, because I want to have something to show the king when he comes back. And I hope that this little streaming thing that I'm doing has even a nugget of gold in it, And I think these discussions kind of help with that. Being willing to talk about these things and not shy away from them, I think is part of that, Yeah. Cringe, decaf. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, life is not permanent. We have, John Piper described it as this world is a little 2-second slice, and then we're with God or apart from him for eternity. What we do now is important, because it reflects upon our eternity. Ultimately, whether we're saved or not is the big one, but then even our works, even the works that God set aside for us to do, I'm blanking on where that is in Romans, that Paul talks about. I should know that one. It's such a basic verse. I should know it, but I'm blanking on it now. But it matters. It matters that we, how do I have so many stupid spam emails? Anyway, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Oops, not that one. It matters that, we live for Christ after we are saved, Do the OG SpongeBob movie, weird to say, but it does actually have some pretty dang good parts. That movie still can legitimately make me laugh, and I still quote it with my siblings and my dad, who's just as much of an idiot as me. I'm thinking about a different verse, but yes, Renai, the whole golden dross thing is that I was saying earlier. That is the 1 Corinthians thing. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Give me a mo. I'm gonna boot up Logos on my freaking desktop, because I have that now. Now that we're men. Okay, I'm not gonna sing any more of that because I will go into it. Let's see here. It's that he prepared beforehand that we should walk in him is what I'm thinking. Oh, is that in 1 Corinthians? I might be stupid. Hold on. I don't want the study assistant. I want the Bible. Hold on, I might be stupid. Give me a sec. I just said might be. Search. Let's see. Not wallahi. What the heck? For we as workmanship created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. Yeah. I was thinking that verse. I don't know why I was thinking Romans. Silly. Very silly of me to think that. Okay, let's see here. Why is that returning 0 results now? Thanks for sticking up for me, Decaf, even though I'm the one saying it about myself. Why did it bring it up after I... Okay, never mind. I don't know how this works. Okay, let's see here. Get rid of that. Can I move this over here? Okay, this is the tab that I want. Ignore all the other ones. I'm still learning how to work this. Here it is. Oh, that's so small. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Where am I going? To verse 10. Okay, here it is. For we are his workmanship created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared for beforehand that we should walk in them. ESV. Yeah, that's the verse I was thinking about. I just wanted to... Okay, let's not go there right now, Renai. Though I guess we're not on the Discord, so we can probably talk about it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Open up that can of worms, I guess. At first we skirted the fringes of eschatology, and now we're getting into Reformed theology. Oh no. Oh no. Theology. I recently, I won't say this is completely off topic, but I recently finished, I know I said this last stream. I recently finished Mere Christianity for the second time. Out of nowhere. Wait, who asked you? Yes and yes. Okay. Very nice reply. Who asked you? That's interesting. I recently read, finished rereading Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. And this time, one of the things that really struck me, because this is like the active struggle I'm having in my life right now, is how do I live for Christ on a day-to-day basis? What does that actually look like? And how do I do it in such a way that isn't just performative? You know? An optimistic nihilist asked me, oh, interesting. I haven't been on the theology discussion part of that, part of the official server. in a while because it pops off, and I can't type that fast. But yeah, yeah, I can't type that fast. Once again, people can't be wrong, and it makes discussion very difficult. One of the things that struck me that Lewis said, and I'm gonna paraphrase, was that the putting on, the putting off the old man, putting on the new man. Some people are like, well, if I don't necessarily feel like I'm serving Christ or feel like I'm being a Christian in my day-to-day life, isn't that just performative? And Lewis basically said something along the lines of, just the fact that you're wanting to put on, to pretend, quote unquote, the whole fake it till you make it idea, just the fact that you want to even pretend to be more like Christ is something. Now, he goes a step further and says, you actually need to want it for the right reasons, do it for the right reasons, yes. But if you're truly saved and you put on, so to speak, the aspect of being a Christian, the things that a Christian should do, even when you don't feel like it or don't feel like you're doing it perfectly or whatever, God sees that, and God changes your heart to be more like that just by you going for it, so to speak. And I'm not explaining it super well, but it really hit me, yeah, kind of. That the putting on of the new self, in a way, in one sense, is something that is done for you by Christ as soon as you are saved. But in another sense, has to be done every day. I have to take off the old man and put on the new man in Christ. Oh, the little guy's trying is a very parental reaction. Yes. It is. It is. Yeah, absolutely. That's where the whole willing to work, it is the Father who wills and works in you for his good pleasure. That's where that comes in. I'm trying to remember the first part of that verse now. I'm just gonna go to the Bible, is what I should do. Instead of tossing around and paraphrasing, I'm gonna go to the Bible. Funny little thing that I can do. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Philippians 2:13. Well, I'll start in verse 12, actually. Therefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, so now, not only as in my presence, but much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who works in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure. So it's that, the aspect of taking off the old man, the old self, every day, and putting on the new self formed in Christ. That is the work out your own salvation. And behind that act, that work that we have to do every single day, it is God who is willing and working for his good pleasure to make you more like Christ, and it's just that interplay that, like, you can't really understand, but it sounds too wonderful in a way, like God sees my weak, stupid little efforts, and he says, I'm going to work in you to make those stupid little efforts do something. because you're mine. I'm going to make you more like Jesus. And I want you to be a part of that. It's just such a weird part of sanctification that I still don't fully understand, but I want more of, you know? I'm a branch on God's favorite gardening project. Yeah. Yeah, he prunes the branches he wants to keep. Right? You know? And we just have to rejoice every day that we're not one of the ones that he cuts off and throws in the fire. Yeah, John 15 rocks for this. Absolutely. I am the vine, you are the branches. Jesus saying that. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Yeah, the vitality to be a Christian ultimately comes from our communion with Christ. But we are still meant to grow as branches, you know, on our own, so to speak. Each growing into our own individual branch. But our vitality to do that comes from being connected to the vine, which is Christ. Good stuff all the way down. And I hope I didn't like spew any heresy earlier. I am God's strongest decaf. Amen, brother. We got to have more Christian positivity like that. That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, is toxic positivity. Does that make any sense? You guys know what I mean by toxic positivity? It's like being positive in the face of something that really needs to be addressed rather than coddled, in a way. Does that make sense? As a father, decaf, I'm sure you understand what I mean. Really hard to spew heresy when discussion is an open. Okay. I get what you're saying, Renai, but I've definitely accidentally, like, said heretical stuff in open discussion and had to, like, okay, guys, I understand what I just said was actually, like, really dumb and heretical. I'm walking that back. Here's what I meant to say. I've definitely done that in, like, Bible studies. Definitely done that before. Praise God, I haven't, True enough. You're right about that, Renai. True enough. Fortunately, usually I catch it. I catch myself, usually. And I don't have to be, like, called out on it. But there have been times. Mostly when I was younger, but it still happens. You know? It still happens. Is completely off topic, and I'm gonna return to the main topic that I just, like, mentioned, the toxic positivity thing. But I was looking up, like, I was just curious about, like, Minecraft shaders and mod packs and stuff. Boy, I was not prepared for the ocean of stuff that I found, and I was completely overwhelmed. I was like, nope, not getting into this right now. There's no way. Because I have the technical knowledge I need to like, you know, mess around in game files and stuff like that, but I really do not want to deal with that right now. It's going to be vanilla Minecraft for a bit, guys. Oh. Yeah, but I definitely understand that viewpoint. The let them burn their hands to find out that fire is hot, kind of, you know. I know that's an extreme example, but yeah, I mean, And I'm not just talking about with parenting specifically. I'm actually talking more specifically. Parenting was kind of the parallel that I could like. That was easy for me to kind of like jump to. But I'm talking more toxic positivity, like coddling adults. And once again, if you don't really understand where I'm coming from with this, I can try to explain it, but I might explain it poorly. I see it a lot on Twitter amongst like Christian people and content creators especially. Somehow like the sphere. Yeah. So, yeah, like, I don't know. To me, here's what I'm getting at. I am not saying that every single time someone comes to Twitter or to you personally, you know, in like your church or whatever, with you know, with a problem or with something they're struggling with, you should definitely not immediately be like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, boy, you know, like that kind of thing. What I am saying is that if we never allow people to grow and toughen up, people are going to remain children for the rest of their lives. Does that make sense? I know that sounds harsh, but like, if all we ever do, especially as Christians, is, oh, you know, I'm here for you, you're great, everything's great, you know, like, yeah, it is. Our culture is infantilizing, and we as Christians have fallen into that a lot, where it's like, there is an aspect to which, you know, we need to be gentle with our brothers and sisters in Christ. But there is an aspect to which if someone is constantly needing to be coddled, needing to be buoyed up, needing to be comforted, like constantly, I'm talking about like constantly, there's something that needs to be addressed there, you know? Because ultimately, the person to which we need to go with our, you know, to be comforted is God, right? And once again, I see this so often on social media. It just feels like some people need to grow up. I'm sorry. Once again, I know it sounds harsh, but like, there needs to be some growth happening, you know? Yes, you're always going to have struggles. Yes, you're always going to be struggling with, you know, depression, or maybe not always, you know, but we're going to struggle throughout our lives, even as adults. I understand. But there's some growing that needs to happen, you know, if you're constantly in a state where you need to be comforted by other people, if that makes sense. I agree, Decaf. Though I think that we may be skewing a little bit too far, maybe. We may be snapping back a little too far to the other side, but I think in general I would agree with you. Also, you're on thin ice, Renai. Also, we need to get off the milk of peacekeeping as opposed to peacemaking. Yeah, and that's a distinction we need to learn. 10-4. Oh my gosh. How dare you? How dare you? No, not you, Decaf. Renai's on thin ice. Not you. You're good. Yeah, that distinction between peacekeeping and peacemaking is it's maybe a thin line, but it needs to be learned. And I've only recently started to learn it, if I'm completely honest. I jest as a fellow Unk. You and me, Unk buddies. Decaf is with us too. The three Unksketeers. That should be our podcast. It was so cringe, I had to laugh at it. I walk the thin line between cringe and based every day. Sometimes I fall. It is a single gust of wind that will knock off my scholar's cap to reveal the tiny jester's hat beneath. I wasn't sure what you were going to say, Renai, but I knew it was going to be something like that. Oh my gosh. This is why I like having the chat like on the screen so that people in the VOD can see the interplay. This is why. I'm God's cringy little guy. I'm God's cringiest soldier. It is a mere gust of wind which can blow aside my scholar's cap and show the jester's hat beneath. Put that on a t-shirt. Philosophy with Lampwick. True. Cringe is an aspect of humor that, and humor is a good way of disarming situations or, lowering temperature. Tactical applications of cringe. Get a shirt that has like, I don't know, some military font, some military like esque font. It's like tactical application of cringe, deploy tactical cringe, something like that. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let's see here. Where is it? Text. Here it is. Let's see here. Let's see here. Give me a sec. Oh, that's not gonna be red. That's not gonna be able to be read. Oh, you can kind of read that. Hold on. Do I have better fonts? What about that? Yeah, that's good. That's good. There it is. Alignment left. We're gonna go center. Okay. Joker man. Nah, dude. There it is. That's my philosophical quote for today. Oh, hold on. I actually need to... let's see here. Properties. The most crime against humanity font in existence. All right. There it is. Okay. There it is. I'm just gonna leave that there. Should I put like a... Oh. This was supposed to be a bit that I'm now like getting into. This is terrible. I should not be focusing so much on this. We commit to the bit here at the cafe. Oh, that looks terrible. Hold on. It's a good background color for it. Background? No, I don't want background. Outline color, that's what I want. That looks terrible. There we go. Committing to the bit is a virtue. It should be. I think honestly the white actually looks the best. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. True. Look at you bringing it back around to something actually like useful to make it seem like I'm doing something noble somehow. Unwillingness to abandon something that may otherwise be considered worthless, just like God with us. I just wanted to say it out loud for the people in the back. That is just applause, Renai. That's such a cool way of putting that. Oh, that made it so much harder to read. There we go. Anyone recognize that font? Let's see. No, it's the one of the Lord of the Rings fonts. I think I have the Dark Souls font somewhere. Hold on. Do I have that somewhere? Yeah. Wait, no. What's this one? Now I can't remember where it is. Yeah. This track is so weird. Every time I get to it, it sounds weird. Anyway. Alright, now that I've committed to the bit for barely any reason, there, I have my scholarly quote. That's going to stay up just because that's who I am, honestly. That is who I am. I know I have that font. Now I want to know what it's called. That's what it is. Do I have access to that on OBS? Let's see. I do. There we go. Dark Souls font. Okay, I'm gonna run to the restroom again. I'll be right back. Okay, I need to start the game because I don't have unlimited time today. But let's see. No, I get it. I get the whole work-life balance thing, and I do want people to stand on business when it comes to having a good work-life balance, because I think that's necessary. But I do get it. I'm gonna boot up the game. No, I fully understand what you were saying with the being glad that the next generation is returning to having a better work-life balance. And I'm also glad that's happening. Oh. Okay. We have a goal. Goal is iron. I'm going to craft a bunch of sticks for torches. Okay, that's enough sticks. And then I'm going to put my wood away. I will take the dirt, leave that, and I will take that. I wish I had a bucket, but I don't have enough iron for a bucket. That's okay. As for coal, I'm going to make some more torches for my expedition. Yes. I'll go ahead and make all of that into torches because And I will leave my sticks behind as well. And I'll leave this iron ingot. Okay. This is an absolute emergency. You bug me outside work hours. Yeah. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Should I... I'm going to actually make a replacement shovel because that's about to break. I may need it. I may need one down in the pit. The pit of despair. Don't even think about trying to escape. Wolves are much too thick. Did I make myself a shield? I wasn't able to. I need more. Do I need more iron? Hold on. Do I need more than one iron? Hold on. Because if I could make a shield, that'd be great for scalar tongues. Shield. Okay, I can make a shield. Okay, that is something that I'm glad I thought about before going down into the pit. Okay. I am preparated for the scalar tongues. Let's go get some iron. Oops. Tossed my pickaxe onto the ground. I threw it on the ground. You guys get that one? Get that reference? I ain't gonna be part of your system. I'm an adult. I'm an adult. My dad's not a phone. Duh. I feel like the range of the torches is not very consistent, but maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm a silly Billy. I really thought I'd break into a cave or something at this point, which maybe I'll just go to the cave that I fell into and died last time. I'll just go down there. Because I know that one exists. I don't need to dig into one. This is mainly like this is more like a quarry than anything else. It's just so I can get stone for my build. Stone to build. Ooh. Ceiling. Oh, it's just like earlier in real life. I need to build another... Why would you do that? I need to build another, I need to build another, what am I trying to say here? Another signal tower on this side so I can see, where my house is from further away and from different sides of the mountain. Okay, why would I do this? I know I'm smarter than this. I'm in too much of a rush. Too much of a hurry. Is that stalag? Mite type? I can never tell. Which is what? It's dark down there. I don't want to go. Okay. Sure is dark down here. What is this? What's that? Dripstone? Okay. Ay, ay, ay. What is this just moss? Moss covered moss? Moss covered moss. I'm an adult man who can speak. Gonna impale myself on this stalagmite tight. Whichever one it is. I can't remember. What is it? It might fall on you. It's a stalagmite. Ow! That just legitimately scared me. No, you don't. I end. About to end this man's whole career. Okay. Ah! Okay, never mind. I will maybe not go that way. Okay. No more iron? Come on, bruh. That's a lot of copper. I don't even know how much copper I, like, legitimately need. It seems like it comes in very large veins, so theoretically, it would seem for game balance reasons that you would potentially need a lot of it for whatever it is that you need it for. But, I don't know. I could just be getting lucky with how much of it's spawning. Can you guys hear the game? I have it pretty low in my headset, but I want to make sure that it's not muted or something for some reason. Dang, there's so much of it. I shouldn't be using my resources on this. I'm here for iron. I suppose I can use it for equipment, so it's not completely useless. Ow. You know what? I'm gonna leave the rest of that there. I don't care. Is there like a hotkey for torches? Like where I could just press it and it would automatically like, here's a torch. You know what I mean? Did I hear a zombie? Nope, I did hear a zombie. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Not in that way. I do want more coal as well, beyond just getting iron. Getting more coal is also a goal. All right. Well, thank you for coming to the stream, Decaf, and chatting up a storm with me. Love having you here as always. God bless you as you go. God protect you and your family as you guys drive, and I hope you have a wonderful time with family. And I hope your kids behave in the car. Go well. Be at peace, brother. There's just so much copper. Copper? I hardly know her. Low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. I've just broken through the floor in a different passageway. Don't care. Now, where was I actually? Oh, there's... Coal is important right now. As far as I know, coal is always important. Wow. The music is kind of popping off right now for like no reason. I see you, skeleton. I deal with this? Spear. Ow! Get out of here. Just making sure he wasn't with other mobs. Ow! At bay! At bay, foul fiend! Okay. Creeper. Oh man. Okay, I can't quite get to him. Get hecked. Spear doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, but I can hit him from here, which is fantastic. Got him. Okay, now there's a skeleton. That reach do be crazy, but it is a spear. So if it didn't have more reach than a sword, I would have questions. Ow! I gotta learn when to put my shield up. I must learn the warrior's way. Lest I be shot through by a skeleton's arrow. Some foul fiend from below. Some hellish knave. I've been considering becoming more unhinged on Twitter, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I just want to be the guy who posts, like, the really, like, whimsical, like, weird stuff. No, not like that. I want to be the guy who's posting, like, the really, like, whimsical stuff. Like, you know. Lampwick, no. Oh, Lampwick, yes. Like, I was chatting with a gnome, right? And then, like, just, you know, just making it up from there, you know? I want to be posting, like, the whimsical, like, funny stuff that you just look at. And it's, like, weird enough and funny enough to, like, brighten your day. That, because it brightens my day when I see, like, weird whimsical stuff like that. That's what I want to be. I want to be a whimsical man that makes other people enjoy life more. That's what I want from my social media and my content as a whole. That is my desire. And in a weird way, I believe that that will also encourage my own whimsy. This is untenable because it's just going to fall. I don't even know how much more copper I need. And my pickaxe just broke. I'm going to go back up because I think I got a decent amount of iron. Okay, I got very little iron, actually. Okay, well, I don't have a backup pickaxe, so I'm just going to have to go back up. Or, no, I didn't bring any wood. I should have brought a crafting bench. I'm a silly. You know, I took a lot of twists and turns. I'm not even entirely certain how to get back up. Lampwick, no. Oh. Lampwick, yes. What did you think I meant, Renai? Like, legitimately. From all you know of me, do I seem like the type of person who's gonna pop off in, like, the bad way on Twitter? Like, I know anyone can. Like, in a moment of weakness, but... Oh, you were doing a bit. Gotcha. There's iron right here, and I don't have a pickaxe. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. I do have a shovel. This is gonna hurt. My body. eventually my plan is to make like a grand staircase up to my house. Thank you for your trust in me. I do not know if it is warranted, but I do try. My house. Yes. I need to make like a little pool of water at the bottom of that big chasm so I can have like a quick way down, you know? Get out of here. Thou explosive fiend! I shan't have thee destroying what is mine. Thank you, Donkey, for your contribution to the discourse, I guess. Dripstone, what do I care about that? Gravel, don't care. Cobblestone, I should have brought some. Okay. I need one. Nope, not that, not that, not that, not that. How do I pick everything up? I need to be bringing one of these. And I did actually cobblestone. Furnace as well down there. Dang it. If it means anything, Renai, I also have the same level of trust in you. Being able to bring some light and sanity to an otherwise very insane and dark world. Your content is quite useful for that. And I enjoy it very much. What I do with gunpowder yet. Okay, I'd like to get more iron than I just got, but it's enough to make a bucket, which means I can start collecting things like lava and water, which I know is important. And then maybe I'll make some iron tools as well. Oh, I'm gonna make a copper pickaxe. In fact, I'll make 2. I just grab one. Sticks. I don't know why I thought I just needed. I'm taking it. There we go. Never heard this track before, dang. Okay. Now. I should probably bring at least some sticks with me. Because otherwise I'm going to end up without torches at some point. Okay. Sleep at night or make thunderstorms. Good to know. Can I make a chest on top of a chest? Like, you know what I mean? I don't have a lot of room yet, so I don't want to like take up too much space. Let me check something here. Okay. Cool. What is this book? Oh, interesting. Firework rocket. Oh, fun. Got it. Okay, what we got? I have cooked all the iron. I need to go and get some more food, actually, I think. All right, let's see. Now, that's a mine cart. I think this is a bucket. Let's make 2 of those. And then with the rest of it, what should I make? 3 attack? 2 attack? Okay, that makes sense. I think I'll save it for now. I'm gonna go and get a little bit more food, I think, if I can find some more pigs. There were a few around the mountain. Ow. There's some cows, too. Kind of wanted to save those until I can... Well, I guess there's no reason to. Take them out. Like I said, I don't have unlimited time to play today, so I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of being underground and not being able to extricate myself, you know? Hello, cow. Sorry, cow. Wow, he's leather. I don't want to kill off the whole population, you know? I should have brought my shears down here and get some more wool. It's okay. Ooh, there's more cows over here. We'll just take some of those. Like, oh, there's some pigs, actually. I'll take those out, too. Eventually, I think my goal for next time is going to be animal husbandry, if I can figure that out. I don't know what you mean by that, but thank you. Oh, I see. I see. Well, see, I know both are important. It's just I need tools in order to, you know... I need tools in order to do anything. Tool progression is incredibly important in survival crafting games, and I've played many of them, so... That's my philosophy. Get as much tool progression as I possibly can, and then start in on things like building a bigger base and animal husbandry or farming or whatever it is that the game has, you know? That's my, that's how I do things. What is this? It's just tall grass. Okay, there is sugar cane. Get myself some cane. Get myself a little bit of that cane. I may make at some point like an artificial pool of water up near my house so that I can grow some sugar cane. What is that? Hello? What is that? What the heck? I ain't never seen that before. Also, I know that water works in like a weird way. You need like a water source block, right? Like to make water pour out properly. How does that work? Like, how do I gather water? Oh, I got it. Magma. Okay, cool. There's a pool of lava somewhere that I saw from my mountaintop. Where, 'cause So I could go ahead and get a lava bee. I go get a lava bucket. Ooh, there's a beehive. Hold on. I think the bees might get angry at me if I mess with that. There's a magma block there. No, that's just a dirt block. I don't know what I was thinking. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I found it. And some horses. Lava. Okay. I can kill these squids and get some ink, right? Are they hard to beat? Okay, they're just fast. They're just fast as frick. There's fish, too. All these fish. Okay, I don't understand how water works in this game. Okay, I think I just figured it out. I want ink. Yeah, I know it's getting dark. Pigs. Surprisingly chill for... Ah! He didn't see me, did he? Where's my mountain? Where's my mountain? I think it's this way. Away, Enderman, away. I'm lost. Oh, there's my beacon. Good. Okay. Could have been disastrous, but we managed to not look at the Enderman. Big deal. Big, big. Oh, that's a lot of mobs. Heck. Okay, I can't. There's another Enderman. Let's try and get back home without dying. Ideally. This is where a proper stairway up my mountain would be good. A way to ascend to the top without having to finagle. Keep an eye out for mobs on the way up, too. Let's go back home. Liberate myself from its darkness through the blessing of sleep. Well, this is just Minecraft music, so yeah, pretty fire, honestly. So I got more sugar cane. I got wheat seeds. Ooh. I should make a hoe. I should make a hoe. Yeah, I should make a hoe. It'd be funny if you just put the magma blocks in your chest, and your chest just like immediately caught fire. It'd be funny. I'd hate it in the moment, but it would be funny in retrospect. Okay. Let's think about this. Oh, that's what I need. Let's go ahead and use copper, I guess. Wheat seeds, and I'll need dirt. Oh, I should sleep. Yep, there we go. That way I don't have to deal with mobs. Why? Oh, it's a skeleton. I thought it was a freaking sheep. I was like, why is that sheep on fire? Okay. Legitimately thought the skeleton was a sheep. How does one? Okay. They both start with S. That is correct. Okay. Bro, these do not stay tilled for very long. That's okay. Do I have to use a whole water bucket every single time? How do I water these efficiently? Whoops. That was not what I wanted to do. And now my seeds are gone. Oh, okay. They're still fine. Do I need to water them at all? I don't know how this works. Place the water in a hole next to your crops. Okay. Got it. Okay. How far does it irrigate? Is it only like up to 1 block? Apparently not. It irrigated this one. Okay, it's slowly spreading. Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. It seems like it'll reach far enough, but I need to get more water from my water bucket now. Okay. Oh, my food. Excellent. There's a lot of stuff to take with me. I don't know if I need the lava bucket right now. 3 blocks out. Thank you, sir. Also, welcome, Arch, to the cafe. You are welcome, sir. It's good to see you, my friend. I need to get more water. Water bucket, water bucket. And if I can grow some wheat, if I can successfully grow some wheat, then I can, I should be, I don't know if I have time to today, but I should legit just be making the staircase that I keep saying I want to make. Gotta make it on all sides of the mountain, you know? Where's the closest watering hole? I guess it's the river. So. I wouldn't be able to make it from the staircase itself, right? Ah! That it was not what I wanted. I thought I made it so that it wasn't double tap to sprint. Whatever. Okay, how much stone do I have? Not much. Why? You make some actual stair blocks with stone. Yeah, you're right. But I don't have that much stone. I don't know. That's it. I got this much stone right now. Let's see here. Suppose I can just make a start on it. Get some more stone later, because I'm going to need to expand my house eventually. Dang it. Stairs have a weird placement thing. I forgot. What the heck? Kinda what? Dang it. I'm just gonna go down and get my water. I'll make the stairs later. Yeah, and then you gotta look at like the top portion of it to set them upright, otherwise they go upside down and all that. I don't like how it works, but that's how it works. Just throw my body off the cliff. Maybe building it from the bottom up would actually work better. I don't know. Anyway. Eventually I'll build like a massive bridge to that other mountain. Connect the two. Water. I'm not sure. The problem with building it from the top, from the bottom up, is that I'm not sure how far out I would actually have to build it in order for it to work properly. But then again, I suppose I could build it up and then like build it along the side of the mountain and then just keep going like that. A dwarven staircase up into the great mountains where my home is. This is how I mark tunnels. Don't at me. What time is it? Okay. I can only probably play till about 6 because I got stuff to do tonight at 7. And I got to do something about dinner. And my wife just got home. Give me a second. I'm going to go say hi to her. Be right back. No. Dang it. Hold on. There we go. Sometimes when I push the hotkeys too fast, it breaks the hotkeys. And I have to fix them. Okay. I would like to get more iron, but I don't have time for another full excursion here. There's some down there, actually. So I guess I'll go down here. Yeah. I do not wish to die. Okay. I run. I run for my conquest. Eh. Okay. Just chicken. Just chicken. That makes me hungry. I gotta eat soon. I might end before 6, actually, so I can eat without having to rush. Honestly, I'm probably at a good stopping point just about now, to be honest. But I'll be playing again, I think on Tuesday. I have another... It's my normal streaming day for next week. One of my normal streaming days for next week. And I think it's Minecraft again. I know I'm doing Minecraft again next week sometime. I just can't remember which day I had it planned for. But I'll do some more Minecraft then. I'm going to get back home and finish things out for today. This has been a very fun stream. Arch, I'm sorry. I know you just got here, but I got stuff to do tonight. And you know what that stuff is for VBS. You knows. Okay. It's getting dark anyway. Chase the dark away. 2-week Minecraft phase. Yeah. Well, see, I never really went through those phases because it was always hard for me to get into Minecraft personally. But I'm having fun with it, honestly. It's different playing it on stream, actually. On stream, it's been a lot more fun than just if I was just playing it by myself with no one to talk to, you know? It gets lonely. I don't like it. Kind of painted myself into a corner. Find some stone while I'm looking in. Well, I'm already back up now. All right. Put those away. That. Egg. Cook the iron. Once that's done, I will call it a stream. The mountaintop hermitage is very... Yes, I like building on tall things. Honestly, this guy's dedication to killing me is impressive. He's burning alive, and yet he still wants to shoot arrows at me. Honestly, his dedication to the grind is something else. I could learn a thing or two from that skeleton. Okay. Most excellent indeed. Okay. that will probably do it. All right. Well, thank you all who came to the stream. Arch, it was good to see you, my friend. Hopefully you'll be able to come to other streams in the future as well. Renai, thank you for your willingness to discuss. And thanks to anyone else who watches this later in the VOD. Anyway, I believe that the dawn is coming, which means that I and my cafe will be disappearing. However, we will return again when night covers the world and a little bit of light is needed. Until then, my friends and my dear little embers, God bless and have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.